Hi guys, welcome back to Travel Lights, another day, another video. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about 7 most common mistakes people make when applying for jobs abroad. And trust me, the seventh one can cause you months of delay. So I would like you all to pay full focus on this video till the end and make sure you avoid all these mistakes when applying for jobs in abroad. So guys, without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Talking about the very first mistake, which is sending the same resume everywhere. So, for different job descriptions, you need to highlight the different job related skill sets. For instance, you're applying for a data analyst role, you need to highlight the skill set which are specific to that particular role. Maybe you have a very vast variety of experience, but not all your experience would be relevant to a specific job description you're applying for. So, call to action here is you need to tweak your resume before applying for any specific job in your new domain. Mistake number 2. The very common mistake one makes is they ignore the country specific requirements. All the different countries have different rules and regulations and the way how you approach them. You need to be well versed what are the visa requirements, what are like different things which you should ignore before applying for a particular country. Like Dubai will have different requirements while Singapore can have completely reverse. So you need to check or do a thorough research on these things before even you decide like this is the country I want to look for to get into a new job role. Third mistake, people tend to, in the haste of getting a job real quick, they tend to fail into the trap of fake agents. So be very aware of the calls you're getting in. Not every number you get a call from can be specifically from a job employer. Make sure you do some sense check, you do some sanity checks before responding back to the call, or like make sure like if you made any have you shared your number in a particular report. For example, I never applied for a job in US and I get cold email, or maybe I receive a call and it's like a great opportunity. You can sense that, right? So make sure you're vigilant enough. Don't just get lost into the trap. And if anyone promises you on phone call like, hello, we are the one who can get you a job anywhere in this world, trust me, that's the biggest scam you can ever fall for. Fourth mistake, poor email communication. So when you are requesting for referrals or you are writing an email to HR regarding specific job requirements, you need to make sure you emphasize on the purpose. Nobody is interested in such a fast moving world like they need to go through the full essay or paragraph. So what they need to know is like your clear, crisp and concise intention of why you are writing an email. So for example, me as a person wants to write an email to a HR of a specific company that I have seen an open position on your website and I'm interested in applying for this role. So I'll be writing this intention very clear, followed by these are my skill set, attaching my resume, which is again moving to the point number 1, which is tailored to that particular job requirement, and then sending it to the HR. So you need to be very focused and you need to make sure what you write in an email is very important. Point number 5, sometimes what we do is we just apply for the jobs, like okay, this job, and we just move for the interview just in a hurry, like all the other interviews, it will get cleared. So when you are very, very desperate, or when you are in a situation where you particularly want to land into a job overseas, you have to have the habit of professionalism. It's not like just a random interview. You just open your phone camera and then you're like, hi, just take the interview over a phone call. Find a space which is calm, clear, not much of disturbance. Try to sit in a proper attire. These tiny things which you do gives overall impact, and that's how you just move step by step. Sometimes we are like, we got a first intro round done with the employer, but I have never heard back from him. Maybe they are not looking for the job, or like maybe I'm just staying out of the country, that's why they don't want to hire me. No, these are the few minute details which we tend to forget in the process of applying. Like, okay, this is a casual interview. So The very important fix here is like you have to research the common interview questions, the way, like, is it a technical round, is it a managerial round, and prep yourself accordingly. Sixth mistake which we tend to do is we ignore following up. So I have gotten an interview with the interviewer. Fine, but after a week's time or 10 days, if I haven't heard back from them, I can just give them a follow up email. Okay, I was interviewed on this date, and I haven't heard back from them. Even if you get a rejection email, you have, as an applicant, you also have the right to ask the employer like what was the reason of rejection. Some companies are very good enough; they provide a very descriptive detail, like if they are rejecting, why they are doing so. Sometimes they even call you, like telling like, okay, not just over onto the email, they tell you like this is why we are rejecting you. Maybe the position was filled by someone else, or maybe any other reason, but they do let you know. In case by any chance they do forget, here is a call to action for you. Here is, do not miss to follow up. Don't take anything for granted. Like if you want to actually land into a job of your own choice, you need to take certain steps into the right direction, not just like, okay, I just gave the interview and my part is done. No, that's not how you look for the opportunities overseas. Now, talking about the last but not the least, and a very important point, is not checking the contract carefully. I have got a variety of messages on LinkedIn regarding people's story about how their experience is onto the overseas job application. And one of the things I would like to bring, this is based on the stances which I've heard from other applicants as well, is what happens is they get a offer letter with like maybe a labor contract, maybe some unexpected out of nowhere, some kind of rules or some kind of guidelines. You need to do this for you, we will take your passport. That's why it's important you take the country specific requirements very carefully. If you know, like in Dubai, no employer will be taking your passport with them, so you have your passports along with you. So if a contract mentions like when you get into a job opportunity, we will take your passport, or there is no health insurance provided, or anything of that sort. So even before you tell them, or you just get it back to them like this is something which is there in your country's laws and you do this for all the other things, you need to know, right? Else anyone can fool you. So with this, you need to be well aware of what are the rules and what exactly you need to do. There would be and there can be a lot of traps going on these days. So make sure the email which you receive is from an authentic source. Some very very basic validations is you can check the email address of the person who is sending you an email. Should end with a proper domain name. If you're getting an email from an HR or something of that person, use the social networking job platforms like LinkedIn, Glassdoor, put in that particular person's name, try to figure out, do some research. It's just not you blindly sign it and come into a new country and end up yourself into trouble. Most of the times, like sometimes people also feel trouble, like a person is called, now they get into probation and then they are fired. Now what are the next steps? Can you be in a country for 2-3 months on a tourist visa and do that? So for these, you need to be very well aware of all the requirements. So yeah, if I just sum up everything, what all I talked about in this video so far was you need to be vigilant. You need to keep your mind, eyes, all the senses open when you are applying for a job here. And just prepping that, just summing that up all together is like you need to do constant follow-ups. You need to be smart enough to find out like if something is fake or not. Try to do some scrutiny checks. Make sure you tailor your resume according to the job descriptions and all the pointers which I talked about in the job. If you do that rightly, there's no one who can stop you to get into the things. So it's not about just doing the right thing one time. It's about doing the right things again and again. And that's how you land into your job of dreams, which in whichsoever country you're looking it for. I hope this video was helpful. You got a crux of what might you be missing or what additional things you need to take care of. So if you find this video helpful, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. You can press the bell icon so that you can receive the updates of our videos. as soon as we post them. And in case you have any questions, any comments, feel free to reach out to us on our email. You can drop in a comment. And in case you think there are any other mistakes people are doing, or in case you have any personal experience, feel free to write it down. It helps our community learn, grow from each other's mistakes, and from a very strong family of Travelites. So with this, we come to the end of this video. Travelites love you black. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our video. Bye bye. Take care.